So this is my app CarFindr, which is just a easy and simple to use app that helps you track where your car is after you park it, and that way you can find it later. It features a map so you know where your location is, as well as your where you parked your car. It also has an alarm so you can know exactly when you need to leave or to go back to your car on time so you don't get a ticket. You can also write a note saying where you parked your car, and it also has some information on how far you are away from your car. So for a short demo, all I need to do is press park it to say that I'm ready to park my car, and then I'll turn on the alarm, and then there we go. It tells me that my parking is going to expire. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And if I say I went to work or something, or went to school, and then I closed it and then came back a couple hours later, then when I opened it up, there it is. My car is still parked right there, and then my note, which I didn't actually write anything, is still the same. So that means it saved my note and it saved where my car location was, and then it helped me find where I need to go. Obviously you can't see where my location is because it's in this exact same spot as where my car is, because I can't really move away from my car while doing this video. In terms of big issues that I've had, I think the biggest issue that I had was actually internal storage. Basic problems that I had were just getting the program to actually store information on demand. But an even bigger problem was that I did not realize that some types of data were not supported for storing. For example, you see I have some coordinate locations here, coordinate for locations as latitude and longitude for both the car and the user. Originally, I tried to store this information as directly as just actual location data points. But apparently that was not supported, and I believe that's because of some privacy issues, just basic data privacy restrictions that Windows Phone has, and thus I had to store this information as strict double points to basically convert it later, use it to convert it back into a location data point. Another big problem that I had was something called asynchronous methods. Here's an example of one, and what these do is basically rather than running the code in a logical and top-down fashion, it jumps back and forth around based on when data is completed. So for example, here's one method where I'm trying to get the information at a certain a coordinate point. In this case, it's address. And because this method can take quite a while to complete, it runs asynchronously. So after, without this await right here, I could actually have this run so that it runs in the background, and then everything below it can continue, and then the code would come back over to this after it completes and gets the data. In terms of the future, I think it'd be useful to polish the GUI further. The colors are a bit bland, and overall it's a bit crowded, and there's not too much functionality besides the basics in that it tracks your location as well as your car's location with an alarm clock and some basic storage. And overall the design is a bit primitive, and I think it could look a lot better with some more color, and maybe if I could get some more detail on the map so it could be more useful. And the backend is a bit unstable right now, as it's a pretty recently developed app with not too much attention put into it. So there are sometimes problems that I run into with no real reason, just an unexplained exception or some random null pointer error. I think those can be fixed. And in terms of references, the MSD and Microsoft's documentation is pretty good. And Stack Overflow is very good for general inquiry.